Okay, Ashley. So, I want you to talk to me a little bit about your experience in the healthcare industry. So, right now you're with Davita Kidney Care, and you are working remote. So, can you talk to me a little bit about what you do there?
Sure. So I am a revenue lead. So I am the kind of the beginning stages of that revenue cycle, uh, insurance verifications, um, basically getting our patients out from the hospitals and into our facilities. We handle it for basically all of the East Coast. I do all the training for the systems, especially a particular system. I have about 15 underneath of me. Actually, just got done training about three or four folks for our system, but I do auditing, um, make sure our claims are looking good, any if we need to do any sort of denials, anything like that. So basically, just like kind of from beginning to end, the insurance verification into basically our coverage is being set wrong, set wrong. Claims are either being held or denied. So we need to figure out what the problem was. Did we mess up as far as an insurance verification? Are the benefits even covered? So there's a lot of little quirkinesses into the dialysis benefits. So I do a little bit of everything between training and coaching, um, auditing, facilitating metrics. I'm basically the jack of all trades as far as my position goes. I take great
Okay.
pride in it, though. I did actually get promoted twice last year. I've only been there since March of 2020. So 2022, I guess last, or I'm sorry, not 22, 21. I actually got promoted to a level two, and then I got promoted again to my lead because I just kind of hit the ground running with it. It's the first time I've been in the dialysis world of it, but I just kind of hit the ground running with that, with my role.
Okay, awesome. And previously, before that, you were, um, it looks like a recruiter for Adapt Health. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then you kind of went into banking for a short period of time, but the majority of your history has been in healthcare.
Correct.
So, it looks like you've started, at that medical receptionist, and then you worked up. Each time you went to a job, you were almost some kind of, it was a bump up. You went from reception to account manager, office manager, um, and then, with the recruiting and now the revenue lead. So, you are a certified in medical billing and coding, and then you have a certificate in medical office administration. Is that correct?
Yes, I actually went for my medical office the first time, and then I turned back around and did my medical billing and coding just because I felt uh, in certain places I may have been lacking with that component. So I decided to get my billing and coding from the same place I got my office administration certificate as well.
Okay, great. And let's see here. What EMRs and EHRs have you used? I know there's a list. Um, is there a specific one that Davita uses? So for this particular role, they will be using, some different platforms. Again, with your experience in healthcare, like I see that Epic is on here. You've done some, you've utilized insurance websites, so Optum, DMAP, and things like that. So that's okay. They're listed here. I won't have you dig back into that. Um, that's good that they're listed, so I can share that with them as well. Um, Now, moving into your next position, what are you looking for?
Not necessarily I want to be able to absorb and learn. Sometimes I feel like when I come into a position, especially with my years of healthcare, I think I not necessarily know what I can know, but when I get in, I'm happy to learn even more. And that's what kind of gives me a great pride in it. I take pride in my work, so that's kind of important for me going into another position is that I can adapt and grow and still have that, that pridefulness, in my work, because I, somewhat of a not necessarily perfectionist. We've been busted down a peg or two when it comes to certain things, but as long as I'm able to take pride in my work and absorb and as learn as much as humanly possible as I can, um, a good job that I can just kind of hit the ground running and learn and grow from grow from others is kind of what I'm looking for on top of that challenge
Absolutely.
to go into a different to go into a different field. I've done a couple different fields in healthcare, and I love when I can go into a next one as well.
Perfect.